Formula 1 is often described as the most elite racing series in the world, the fastest cars, advanced engineering, the greatest drivers on earth. But behind all the precision and adrenaline lies money, massive money. Because in F1, talent alone doesn't put you on the grid. You need backing, sponsors, family wealth, or business empires. Their net worths are jaw-dropping.
It's no secret that it takes millions of dollars to become a Formula 1 driver. But while some F1 drivers have billionaire fathers and limitless cash, others had upbringings that were humble to say the least.
Today we're going deep into the lives of Formula 1's richest drivers, how they made their fortunes, where their money comes from, and what role wealth played in their rise to the top. Starting at the bottom, number 10, Lewis Hamilton net worth, estimated $300 million.
Lewis Hamilton has gone and topped the session by very nearly 0.4 of a second in a Mercedes 1-2. They've rolled out of the box rather nicely for this Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend. The checkered flag is out. Lewis Hamilton has topped both sessions.
Lewis Hamilton isn't just an F1 legend, he's a global brand. The 7-time world champion is one of the highest paid athletes on the planet. But what truly sets him apart is how he's managed his career off the track. Hamilton earns a base salary of around $55 million with Mercedes, but that's just the beginning. He has massive endorsement deals with brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Monster Energy, and IWC watches. He's launched his own fashion collaborations, voiced characters in Hollywood films, and even invested in green tech and plant-based food startups. Hamilton is also part owner of the Denver Broncos NFL team. For Lewis, wealth isn't just about salary. It's about turning speed into influence and influence into legacy. Coming up next at number 9, Fernando Alonso, net worth estimated $260 million. Fernando Alonso is the ultimate F1 survivor. Still racing at the top level in his 40s, the Spaniard has built a career and a fortune that most can only dream of. Over the years, Alonso has raced for teams like Ferrari, McLaren, and Renault, and each contract came with multi-million-dollar deals. His time at Ferrari alone earned him over $30 million per season. But it doesn't stop there. Alonso's also a savvy businessman. He's invested in real estate, fashion, and founded his own karting schools and esports ventures. His lifestyle is luxurious, from private jets to a car collection that includes rare hypercars, and he's one of the biggest winners in the sport. Number 8, Max Verstappen, estimated between 120 to 150 million.
What is it with you F1 drivers? Always speed is the limit, always looking for danger. Can you all just lay on the beach and do nothing? But that's boring, doing nothing.
What does it feel like to drive a Formula 1 car?
I'm Max Verstappen.
To my dad's liking, getting all the way to Formula 1, I still didn't work hard enough in his eyes.
Max Verstappen is still in his 20s and already one of the richest drivers in F1 history. His contract with Red Bull is reportedly worth $55 million per year, making him the highest paid driver in the current grid, even more than Hamilton in some years. But Max's fortune didn't begin with his current dominance. His father, Jos Verstappen, was also an F1 driver and helped build Max's career from childhood, investing heavily in karting, travel, and training. Today, Max enjoys luxury homes in Monaco, private jets, and multi-million-dollar sponsorships. What makes Verstappen different is that he's not interested in the glitz. He rarely shows off. But make no mistake, his empire is growing fast. And then at 7, we got Sebastian Vettel, estimated $140 million. Though now retired, Sebastian Vettel earned an enormous fortune during his time in Formula 1, 4-time world champion, multiple contracts with Red Bull and Ferrari, endorsement deals across Europe. At his peak, Vettel was pulling in around 40 to 50 million per year. But unlike some drivers, Vettel has kept his lifestyle relatively low-key. He's known for driving regular cars, living simply, and focusing on family and sustainability. He's also been wise with his money, investing in land, renewable energy, and green farming. For Vettel represents a quieter kind of wealth, one that's calculated intentionally and long-lasting. And then at number 6, we got Sergio Perez, estimated 75 to 80 million. Sergio Checo Perez is one of the most commercially valuable drivers on the grid, especially in Latin America. As Mexico's top motorsport star, Checo has massive brand appeal. He brings in millions from sponsors like Telmex, Claro, and Interproteccion, all connected to Carlos Slim, one of the richest men in the world. Beyond his salary from Red Bull, estimated at around 10 to 15 million per year, Perez has invested in real estate, restaurants, and charitable foundation. 5. Charles Leclerc, net worth estimated 40 to 50 million. Charles Leclerc has become the face of Ferrari, and with it comes wealth. His contract is rumoured to be worth 12 to 14 million annually, with bonuses on top for podiums and wins. He lives in Monaco, owns luxury watches and cars, and is one of the most marketable young drivers in the sport. But Leclerc's fortune isn't just built on salary. He's worked with brands like Giorgio Armani, Richard Mille, and Puma. His social media presence is also huge, giving him additional value as a global influencer. Leclerc is still young, but he's on track to become one of the sport's wealthiest figures in the next decade. Valtteri Bottas estimated 30 to 35 million. While Bottas doesn't have the same star power as Hamilton or Max, his years at Mercedes were extremely lucrative. He earned a reported 10 million plus per season and made strong investments during that time. Bottas also has multiple endorsement deals, ranging from travel to cycling gear, and he co-owns a coffee roastery in Finland. In recent years, he's leaned into lifestyle content, making wine, exploring fashion, and becoming a bit of a meme icon. 3. Daniel Ricciardo, net worth estimated 50 million. Few drivers have matched Daniel Ricciardo's mix of racing talent and charisma. While his recent seasons haven't been stellar, Ricciardo has earned big, especially during his McLaren stint, where he reportedly made 15 million per year. Off track, Daniel has turned his personality into profit. He's signed with major brands like Beats by Dre, GoPro, and has even launched his own clothing lines and wine ventures. Then at number 2, we got Lance Stroll, net worth, personal family wealth, 3 billion plus. Now we enter a very different kind of wealth. Lance Stroll isn't just rich, he's heir to a billionaire fortune. His father, Lawrence Stroll, is a Canadian businessman worth over $3 billion. Thanks to fashion empire investments like Michael Kors and ownership of the Aston Martin F1 team, Lance was racing in top-tier karting since childhood, often with the best equipment money could buy. His path to Formula One was funded entirely by family money, including the purchase of an F1 team. And at number 1, we have Lando Norris, estimated 25 to 30 million. Lando Norris is one of the brightest young stars in the sport and one of the most popular. He earns a solid salary from McLaren, reportedly 10 to 12 million per year, but much of his appeal comes from his digital presence. Lando is a streamer, a content creator, and a brand magnet. He's launched his own gaming company, Quadrant, and collaborated with brands like Bell Helmets, Toomey, and Google. He's also from a wealthy background. His father, Adam Norris, is a successful entrepreneur worth hundreds of millions. So while Lando earned his keep, he also came into F1 with a very strong financial foundation. Formula One has always been about 2 things: performance, privilege. Some of the richest drivers in the sport made their fortunes through skill, results, and smart investments. Others were born into it, using wealth to fast-track their journey into elite racing. But whether the money came before or after the success, one thing is clear: F1 is not a sport for the broke. It's fast, brutal, and expensive. They're not just racing for trophies, they're racing for legacy, influence, and yes, wealth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Formula One's richest stars, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is DRS Activated, signing out. See you in the next one.